King Midas's Goldfingers. Gold, gold, shimmering, glimmering gold. Every night King Midas went to bed thinking of his gold. He has lots of it, all locked away in secret places, so no one else could touch it. The king's daughter was glad her father had so much gold. She just wished that he didn't have to count it every day. Then, perhaps, he could spend some more time with her. One day, the little princess disturbed King Midas in the middle of counting his treasure. "I'm sorry, my little princess," said the king. "Not just now. I must finish counting my gold. 1 golden goblet, 2 golden cups." You see, King Midas was very greedy. He wanted to have more gold than any other king in the world. When at last all his gold had been counted and safely hidden away again, the king headed for the garden to find his daughter. He was still thinking of how to get more gold when he saw a satyr, an odd-looking creature who was half a man and half goat. "Can I pick an orange from your tree?" asked the satyr. "Of course," answered King Midas, still thinking about his gold. The satyr took some fruit. "You deserve a reward for your kindness," the satyr said. "Tell me what you wish for most in the world, and I'll grant it to you." "What do I wish for most in the world?" thought King Midas. There were lots of things he could ask for. A pony for his little princess, or a good harvest for his farmers. But finally he said, "I want everything I touch to turn to gold." "Are you sure?" asked the satyr. "Yes, yes, yes," Midas assured him. "At last I'll have more gold than any other king." "Very well," said the satyr as he trotted off. "Your wish is granted." King Midas looked at the trees and flowers around him. "Can I really change everything to gold just by touching it?" he wondered. He picked a flower and yes, it turned to solid gold. He tapped a snail on its shell and that too turned to gold. The king ran indoors. He touched bowls and basins. He ran his fingers along the curtains and everything turned to gold. King Midas called his servants. "Bring me wine. I want to celebrate." Quickly, the servants poured the king some wine. King Midas held it to his lips, but the wine turned to solid gold the moment it touched him. "Meat," he roared. A servant handed him a platter of partridges cooked in honey, but more gold. Just then, his little princess came running in. She was about to give her father a big hug when, "Stop! Don't touch me!" King Midas shouted. The princess looked sad. "Papa, why not? What have I done?" "Oh, my little princess, you haven't done anything," cried the king. "It is me. I'm cursed. Everything I touch turns to gold." "But you love gold, father," the little princess said. "Aren't you pleased?" King Midas sighed. "You can't drink or eat gold, princess. You can't hug it. What shall I do? Would the person who put the curse on you take it away again? Said the princess. That's it, said King Midas. He ran out of the palace, leaving a trail of golden footprints behind him. When he caught up with the satyr, he fell on his knees. Please take back your gift, he begged. Don't you want everything you touch turned to gold after all? Asked the satyr. No, said King Midas, his head bowed in shame. I think you've learned your lesson, said the satyr. Go and wash in the river. It will cure you. The king ran to the river. He took off his clothes and dived in. King Midas scrubbed his hands over and over again. Then he picked up a shell, held it tightly, and it remained an ordinary shell. The golden touch had flowed out of him and away on the river. King Midas dropped the shell and scooped water to his dry lips. Oh, how good it tasted! Then he put on his clothes and hurried back to his palace. There he gave his little daughter the biggest hug ever. See, my little princess, said the king happily, some things are much more precious than gold. The